Hello, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Excuse the hair and the makeup. I was helping my wife cook. Yeah, I help my wife cook. I do everything with my wife. I spend every minute with my wife. If you don't do that, or you're like, yeah, you're what? Then you picked the wrong wife. And if you don't have a wife yet, make sure that the girlfriend you have or the prospective whoever girl, make sure you can every minute. Every minute. And also talk about how, and if you're young, it's hard, I get it, but talk about how they plan on raising kids, what their beliefs are, all that stuff. And then look at their parents and family to see, gosh, my beard grows weird right here. See what kind of health problems they have. Because in 20 years, if you're 20 and your wife turns 40 or you turn 40, then all of a sudden you get rheumatoid arthritis, really bad. I know stuff's terrible, but it's called planning. You should do it with a partner too. Terrible, you're terrible. Well, yeah, I'm terrible. Anyway, this is going to be, ooh, that's a little low. No, look at that. Hopefully you can see that. Pro tip, I don't know if you saw the temperature hanging in there. A lot of times ovens, the dial or the readout is not accurate. Get yourself a thermometer and be accurate, precise, to be more precise. This is going to be all over, but that's okay. Kind of like, remember the old cartoons when Daffy Duck would go, whoa, 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 and bounce feet head off of the walls yeah, that's how it's going to be. So I guess one of the main points is, well, there's going to be a lot of main points in this video, but one is yes, we already put our Christmas tree up, and we are going to take it down. And I guess I could start off by explaining why is be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And what I mean by that is when I pray to the Lord, I pray for a lot of things. I say, dear Jehovah, can you pray for health, my wife and myself? And I pray, one of the things I pray for is wisdom. And when you pray for something and you get it and it doesn't turn out how you think it will, how you respond is what determines your character. There's a lot of other things that determine your character too, but that's one of them. So I've always been suspicious of churches. Let me start out with saying that. I was introduced to Christianity when I was younger, but I never went to church, never did really much with it. Until a couple of years ago, we started getting into it, and my wife kind of wanted to go to a church over the years, but I was like, wolf in sheep's clothing, don't trust them. And so finally we found a church. We spoke about it before. I'm not going to bring the name up again. It doesn't matter. And we thought they were good because, they preached reading the Bible. They actually had a plan. What is that? Really? Or do I just have something on my face? Sorry, just the way my beard's growing today, I guess. Anyway, like, oh, well, they preach reading the Bible. They even have a plan. You're supposed to read the Bible in a year. I was like, cool. So we thought they were good. But then this year we started noticing things like, this year they didn't really talk much about Thanksgiving, where last year they did. And this year they really were pushing Halloween. And do I even have to go into Halloween? Why church shouldn't do that? And then, the pastor, who I met is a good guy, he says stuff like, well, we want to kind of fit in and show the community that we're cool and all that, and show the community that we're, not different. And it's like, wait a minute. No, we don't want to fit in with the community. We are supposed to be an example to them, et cetera, et cetera. Where is it saying? Sorry, I've only read the Bible through once, so I don't have it all completely memorized. I don't have a lot of it memorized. I kind of know generality. If you bring up a topic, I'll know kind of where it is, but I'm not there yet with the passage number 7. blah, 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 Leviticus 20:14. I'm sure someone's now like, what's wrong? Yeah, sorry, I don't know. Just an example. I am rambling already. So, told you this was going to be all over. So, anyway, we're not supposed to, the church, and so we noticed the Halloween, and then, this year they didn't say much about Thanksgiving, and then I thought about it, my wife and I talked about it, and it's like, they did an Easter, whole deal set up there, like, most churches do, and Ishtar, and that's a preview of what's coming, isn't it? Ishtar, not Easter. And then Christmas, they have this, it's a wealthy church, where we used to live. I think 500,000 lights and all the idolatry you could serve up, the whatever, different stations where, the pastor's father, who was the original pastor, I feel bad, talking like this, but it is what it is, would hand make things with iron, idolatrous stuff. And I think their intent was good. I think we'll get to that too, though. So, I said, well, this stuff just feels, again, weird to me. So I'd like to give a big shout out to Timbersaurus Rex and Bear Independent. I'll add the two channels. Taught us a whole lot, and was watching some videos, which I'll mention in the comments. The Doobly Doo, AVE, watch him too, about what your pastor doesn't want you to know. And he's got a couple different videos out of that. I suggest you watch all of them. And he points you where you can do your own research to make sure he's not, bullshitting you. He's got 10 Commandments. He's got awesome stuff. And so does Bear. Bear Independent reads through the Bible and talks about it. Yeah, those guys are legit. Man, I wish I could like get them together in the remote part of the world and like be neighbors with them. That'd be great. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, if you did the research, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to rip off, Rex's videos or Bear's. Like I said, you can go search them out. I'll put the links to their channels or the ads or whatever, shout out. And but basically, if you're worshiping Ishtar and the Easter Bunny, you probably want to check out what's going on there and why you shouldn't be and why you're worshiping. It's all pagan shit, and it's you might as well break out with the dead infants and use their blood to paint your Easter eggs next Easter, because that's pretty much part of what's going on there. And then Christmas is even better. Mullet Claus. You have little kitties sit on his lap, and I want Xbox, PlayStation for Christmas, and this, and then the all-in-one kit to change from a boy and a girl, or whatever is popular this year. Ooh, UPS. And the kids, it's funny too how the young kids, you put them on Santa's lap and they scream almost like they know. But basically, the pagans, I think it was roughly 4,000 years ago, with Baal or Nimrod, whoever you want to, which one you want to refer to him as. Again, I won't get into Rex's video. You should really watch his video. But basically, the people would build a giant statue made out of brass, and it would be hollow, I believe, and they would fill it full of wood at the bottom and get it red hot. And they would go to the statue and say the grown-ups would be like, hey, I want this, I want a PlayStation for Christmas and this and that. And then they would have their infants, their children, and put them on the outstretched arms of this red hot statue and kill them and sacrifice them. And as the infants would scream and melt, they would melt into the laps of the, you get where I'm going with this. So, yeah, that's not happening in this house anymore. And we're not celebrating anymore. And I find it funny that if you look to the Roman Catholic Church and other apologists, they're like, wow, we appropriated that, and Jesus conquered it and sanctified it. And it's like, really? Because I'm pretty sure in the Bible, God wasn't down with any of that shit. I mean, the mofos tried to build a calf, a golden calf, and he was going to kill all of them. But Moses had to, go and so no gods before me, no gods in front of my face. Don't even speak their names. You can tell me, oh, well, we appropriated them and sanctified and wipe my butt. Fuck out of here with that. So, and it's way worse than the little bits I'm giving you. You really need to go check out the whole videos and do the research for yourself. Don't trust me. I mean, I haven't even shaved in a day, or two. You can't trust me. And so it's like, and I hear, even someone I know who knows this stuff was like, wow, they're trying to get rid of, Yeshua, and they're trying to get rid of Christmas. So you got to keep the tradition, even though it's all fake. It's like, no, because I'm not going to stand in front of God and like, well, I twisted this because I think, my intent was good. And it's like, no, he's not trying to hear that shit. I got a better idea. Instead of carrying on with the pagan traditions just because you think kids are going to forget about, it's like, no, they do that on purpose. They're taking the Christ out of Christmas because they want to keep the commercialism to make their money. The hypocrites who are in charge now. Yeah, those hypocrites that were around when Jesus were around, when he was, fucking their shit up. They didn't disappear. They're still here. They're the ones causing all the trouble, just like they did back then. And they're just taking Christ out of it. In another 10, 20, 30 years, it's going to be, commercial Christmas or whatever. Think of some funny name and pretend I said it. So they're not taking Christ out of it, but they still want to make their money selling you cheap shit made with slave labor. Oh, I have certain views and this and that, and I think this and blah, blah, blah. But yet I'll type it from my slave labor phone, right? And my slave labor shoes on my feet. And anyway, yeah, I told you I'd be all over the place. So, yeah, how about this? How about you read the Bible and because it tells you what to celebrate there. And we make that a tradition. And we make Yah proud, like we're supposed to. Or at least try, because he knows we're not perfect. So yeah, Christmas tree's gone. Any reference to mullet claws is gone. Yeah, think about that. Kids, live infants placed on a red-hot burning brass statue, and they're beating away on their drums, so the parents couldn't hear their child scream in agony and have a change of heart because we want stuff. I need a new pair of Nike back 4,000 years ago. I need a new pair of Nikes. Moloch, please. It's sit there and think about that. And we're lucky. Like, I feel blessed that, I shouldn't say luck, I'm not saying luck anymore, blessed that I can say this because, a lot of people fought that at first and they got killed, like, because the church wasn't having any of that. Got to have agenda, got to have control. Yeah. So when you buy gifts, yeah, like I said, gifts, everything, all of it has a meaning. Check it out. Don't listen to me. Go watch the videos. Subscribe to Bear Independent and to Resource Rex and learn yourself something. God bless y'all.